Now sports with sports director Scott Leber.
The roar of race cars will be heard one last season at the Rockford Speedway. As you heard earlier in the newscast, the Deery family is turning the property over to developers after the upcoming season. It is the end of an era.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engine!
Racing has been going strong at the Rockford Speedway since May of 1948. In 1957, the Deery family arrived on the scene with patriarch Hugh Deery taking a part-time job as an usher and ticket taker. In 1959, Hugh and his wife Jody bought an ownership share in the Speedway. In 1966, they took over full ownership. It was a family business run by the entire family that included 8 children. But now, 8 months after the passing of Jody, the family has decided to sell.
Just the neighborhood is squishing in on us, and it would be nice to continue. However, David and I are getting old, and there really isn't anybody, we don't have any kids that want to take over.
It just kind of all came together. There's nothing magic about it. It's just time.
There will be one final season of racing at the Speedway, a last lap season they're calling it. Then the nearly 50 acres of land will be transferred to HJS Development for commercial development. For decades, the Rockford Speedway was surrounded by farmland. Commercial development has boomed around the Speedway over the last 15 years, making the land at the track prime for more commercial growth. Did the family feel pressure from the community, from the politicians, from the developers to turn this land over?
Over the years, honestly, the last 20 years that's been happening.
Would your mother approve of this? Would she understand why this has to happen?
Absolutely. She was in the beginning of the conversations with Shorewood. She was involved in those. And
the biggest challenge that she had, and the Speedway still has, is to maintain this facility and to pay the taxes is very, very expensive. The burden on just keeping the business running was just at the tipping point.
Some of the most famous NASCAR racers in history have raced or appeared at the Rockford Speedway over the years. Bobby Allison, Dale Earnhardt, Mark Martin, and even the King, Richard Petty. This news of the Speedway closing is painful for generations of drivers and fans who grew up at this track.
I certainly appreciate the commitments, especially the teams, the racers.
A lot of fans and drivers are heartbroken. What can you say to them?
I'm so sorry. That's the hard part. That's what breaks my heart.
Again, there will be one more season of racing at the track this year. It starts with the Spring Classic the weekend of April 21st and 22nd. That's sports. We'll be right back.